Thank you for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. On this video, we're going to be making a little something we're going to call the Island Cheeseburger. Actually, it's kind of big. Let's get going. All right, a real quick background story on this cheeseburger. My buddy Chris over at Mother's Barbecue just recently got back from a trip to Maui with his wife. We were yapping on the phone. We started talking. Next thing you know, we're talking about a restaurant that I had taken my family to when I was in Maui a few years ago, Cheeseburger in Paradise. The wheels started turning. Before you know it, Chris and I were talking about a collaboration. He lives pretty close to me, so it's a reality. Anyway, it's inspired by not only the burgers we had at the restaurant, but just the Hawaiian experience in general. So what we came up with is just a really good cheeseburger. It's going to be topped with Kalua pork, a few other things you'll see when I get out to the grill there. But Chris's contribution to this is he actually made the Kalua pork. He made a killer video on this process, so I hope you go check that out. And not only did he make the pork, but Chris actually baked the hamburger buns, and he drew inspiration from some buns they actually have on one of the burgers there at Cheeseburger in Paradise. It's got some black pepper on it, some Hawaiian salt, and some sesame seeds, kind of a brioche. It's gonna be killer. Let's get going on this burger. First thing I'm gonna do is make the patty, and this is ground chuck that I ground myself. I'm going to make this, it's going to be a big patty, probably a little over 10 ounces. Now, this particular meat that I got at the store, it was just a little leaner than I like. So I actually added a little beef fat to the mix as I was grinding this. And if you ever want to do something like that, usually your butcher will give you this, the fat that they trim. And it's got a lot of uses. Not only can you use it for, adding to beef like this for a grind, but you can kind of render it down and clarify it and make your own beef tallow, which is really good to fry stuff in. And there you go, not bad for freehand. All right, I'm gonna put this in the fridge. I like to let it cool down a little bit, kind of get that fat more solidified, and I'll meet you out in the backyard. We're gonna fire up that grill and get this island burger going. All right, I have my flat top heated up, got some oil going for a little surprise, and we are ready to get this luau going. Let's kick it off with the patty. I'm going to season this with some black and red Hawaiian salt mixed together. Again, this is courtesy of Chris. Thank you, Chris. A little bit more. Right now, Cheeseburger in Paradise also makes some really killer fried onion strings and fried pickles. So along with the pulled pork, we're going to top it with some fried onions and some fried pickles. The recipe for the breading on this, for the onions and the pickles, are going to be listed in the description box down below. Get some of those pickles in here. All right, now we're going to do that Kalua pork, and I want to get just a little bit of a crisp, a little crust on the Kalua pork. Get a little toast on the bun. Now these buns already have a lot of butter in the mix, so I'm not going to add any butter or anything. They'll be fine. Burger's looking good. Beautiful crust, beautiful crust. Add some sharp cheddar. Get that pork flipped. Gorgeous toast on the buns. Pork is done. Pickles are looking good. Burger's done. Let's make an island burger. All right, we're going to start off with just some green leaf lettuce on the bottom bun. And I have here some sweet and spicy horseradish sauce that I made. Recipes down below. And what I'm going to do may sound a little bizarre. I'm going to add a little bit of ketchup to this and It's going to end up kind of making its own little hamburger sauce in the bottom. Let's get that killer patty down here. Right now, that crisped Kalua pork that Chris made. Now for some of those onions, some of those crisp shoestringed onions. Now for some of those fried pickles. For more of that sauce now, that sweet, spicy horseradish sauce. It looks amazing. Let's top this off with a bun. And I know it's hard to believe, but it's still missing one thing. There we go. Hello? What? Do you hear that? Almost ashamed to have to tear into this thing, but someone's got to do it. Might as well be me, right? Wow. Look at this thing. Wow, good. A lot going on in this burger, and it's all good. It's all good. Chris, you totally rock the buns. You totally rock the pork. You bite in, you get that kind of saltiness of the surface of the bun, but then it gets that brioche sweetness that I just love. That crispiness of the kind of tangy pickles and the onions going on, and then that saltiness of the pork, savoriness of the burger, and the sauce. It's really, really good. It's kind of a nice creamy horseradish flavor, but there's a little sweetness going on too. Very, very, very good burger. I'm very happy with this. Anyway, guys, if you're not subbed to Chris, Mother's Barbecue, you need to. You're missing out if you're not, believe me. Got a link down below. Till my next video. Actually rocking a longboard today. Again, saluting my Hawaiian brothers. Cheers.